You wake up. Your feet hit the floor. Your ankles feel incredibly stiff. Your lower back aches with a dull, heavy throb. You drag yourself to the kitchen feeling like you have run a marathon in your sleep. You look in the mirror and see dull skin and tired eyes. You might think this is just normal aging. You might think you just slept in a bad position. It is not. The culprit is entirely internal. Your main filter is exhausted. Your liver is struggling desperately to clear out daily waste. It works constantly to keep your blood clean, but it has absolute physical limits. When it slows down, your entire body feels the immense burden. You experience that dreaded afternoon slump where you can barely keep your eyes open. You rely on strong, bitter coffee just to function at a basic level. Your digestion slows down to an absolute crawl. You feel bloated and heavy after eating simple, small meals. You might even experience unexplained headaches that throb behind your eyes. This is your body speaking directly to you. It is asking for immediate, targeted help. Raisin water is a brilliant traditional way to support this vital organ, but 99% of people consume it completely wrong. Drinking it normally or preparing it incorrectly is entirely useless. It can actually be actively harmful to your system. You need the golden protocol. This involves the exact timing, a specific biological catalyst, and a precise temperature method. I'm going to give you this exact protocol at the very end of this session. Think of your liver as the body's main engine room and primary customs checkpoint. It is a massive blood-filled organ sitting just under your right rib cage. It weighs about 3 pounds. Every single minute, over a liter of blood passes through it. Every single day, it works tirelessly. It filters out waste from heavily processed foods. It deals with the artificial sweeteners hidden in your diet drinks. It processes the invisible exhaust fumes you inhale simply by walking down a busy city street. It filters the chemical residue from your daily pain medications. It processes the microscopic plastics found in standard tap water. It even cleans up the natural cellular waste your own body produces just by keeping you alive. It never takes a single day off. It never goes to sleep. It processes absolutely everything you eat, drink, breathe, and rub onto your skin. Let us look closer at this daily chemical warfare. Think about the simple act of brushing your teeth in the morning. You use a commercial toothpaste. That paste contains artificial foaming agents. It contains synthetic mint flavoring. It contains chemical preservatives to keep it stable in the plastic tube. You spit most of it out in the sink. But microscopic amounts absorb directly through the thin, delicate tissue under your tongue. They enter your bloodstream immediately. Within seconds, those synthetic chemicals arrive at your liver. Your liver has to identify them. It has to realize they are not natural food. It has to produce specific enzymes to dismantle them. It has to package them into safe little bundles. It then sends them to your kidneys to be flushed out in your urine. This massive effort is just from brushing your teeth. Now multiply that effort by every single thing you encounter in 24 hours. The scented body wash in your shower, the artificial preservatives in your lunchtime sandwich, the pesticide residue on your supermarket apple, the flame retardants sprayed on your office chair. Your liver has to deal with every single molecule. When this engine room gets overloaded, the gears get sticky. The internal filter gets clogged. The waste backs up directly into your bloodstream. Your body is incredibly smart. It cannot allow these dangerous toxins to circulate freely near your heart and your brain. It has an emergency backup plan. It takes this overflow of toxic waste and stores it away. It shoves these chemicals into your fat cells and your joint tissue. It locks them away to protect your vital organs. This keeps you alive, but it causes massive, systemic, local inflammation. That deep throbbing ache in your knees when you walk down the stairs, that stubborn layer of belly fat that simply refuses to shift no matter how little you eat, that is exactly the reason. That is your body storing unresolved chemical waste. If you support this filter and help it flush out that trapped waste, absolutely everything changes. You will feel physically much lighter. Your digestion will find its natural, comfortable rhythm again. You will feel far more energetic. You will wake up refreshed instead of feeling desperate for another 8 hours of sleep.
A clean engine runs smoothly. Your human body is exactly the same machine. Proper daily maintenance prevents systemic, catastrophic breakdowns. Your liver is responsible for over 500 different chemical functions. It regulates your blood sugar levels. It stores essential vitamins like vitamin B12 and iron. It breaks down dietary fats using a fluid called bile. It clears excess stress hormones like cortisol from your blood. When it is exhausted, every single one of those 500 crucial functions suffers. You simply cannot afford to ignore it. We are going to turn a simple, humble, dried fruit into a potent biological tool. You do not need expensive, complicated detox supplements sold on the internet. You do not need harsh, punishing juice fasts. You just need proper technique.
You need a basic understanding of how your body processes natural waste. Why raisins? It sounds far too simple to be true. Let us look closely at the underlying biology. Grapes dry in the hot sun and naturally concentrate their nutrients. The water leaves the fruit through evaporation. The powerful plant compounds stay behind. They become dense, heavy little packets of natural rust removers. As we age, our cells accumulate a sort of biological rust from daily living. Every time you digest a heavy, fatty meal, your body produces internal exhaust fumes. Every time you face a highly stressful day at work, your body produces these fumes. These fumes are called free radicals. They act exactly like rust on a car. They damage healthy tissue. They cause cellular walls to break down. They cause deep inflammation. When you soak these concentrated dried grapes correctly, these rust removers release directly into the water. The liquid becomes a potent, deeply soothing tonic. It contains high levels of something called tartaric acid. This specific acid is incredibly rare in the modern Western diet. It is a powerful, natural digestive aid. It helps balance the bacteria in your lower intestine. It creates an environment where good bacteria thrive and bad bacteria starve. This creates a gentle, natural flush for your entire digestive system and your liver. It does not force your body into a harsh, aggressive detox. Harsh detoxes are a terrible idea. They often leave you feeling significantly worse. They strip your body of essential minerals like magnesium and potassium. They cause severe abdominal cramping. They send your delicate nervous system into shock. Instead, this infused water acts as your body's best friend for internal housekeeping. It binds to the accumulated sticky waste in your digestive tract. It helps sweep it out safely and comfortably. It provides the liver with the exact raw materials it needs to wash away the daily grime. It is a slow, steady, and entirely safe method of internal cleansing. You are simply giving your body the correct tools it needs to do its own job much more efficiently. The compounds in these dried grapes act as chemical scavengers. They actively seek out the biological rust in your bloodstream. They neutralize it instantly. They stop it before it can cause inflammation in your knees, your shoulders, or your gut lining. What is the very first thing you drink when you wake up right now? Tell me in the comments below. I want to know exactly what your liver is dealing with at 6 in the morning. Here's the first major trap you need to absolutely avoid. Most of us naturally reach for those bright, beautiful golden raisins at the supermarket. They look fresh, they look appealing. Leave them on the shelf. To keep that pretty bright color, they are heavily treated with chemical preservatives. This is exactly the kind of toxic waste your liver is already struggling to clear. You want the dark, deeply wrinkled brown or black raisins. They might not look as fancy in the packet, but they are completely natural. They hold the exact compounds your cellular structure is craving. Manufacturers use a toxic gas called sulfur dioxide to stop the natural browning process of the golden grapes. They literally bleach the fruit. This gas is a harsh, industrial, artificial preservative. When you consume it, your liver alarms go off. It has to identify this gas. It has to break it down. It has to package it for removal. To process sulfur dioxide, your liver has to use up its own master antioxidant called glutathione. You are depleting your liver's defenses just to eat a pretty piece of fruit.
It creates massive heavy work for an already tired organ. You are actively polluting the system you are trying to clean. This completely defeats the entire purpose of the morning ritual. Always check the ingredient label on the back of the packet. It should say exactly one thing: raisins, nothing else. You want absolutely no added vegetable oils. Manufacturers often spray cheap, highly refined vegetable oil on dried fruit. They do this to stop them sticking together in the bag during transport. These cheap seed oils are highly inflammatory. They oxidize rapidly inside your warm body. They create even more biological rust. You want no preservatives. You want no artificial colors. Keep it entirely pure. The entire goal is to reduce the chemical load on your liver, not add to it. When you buy natural, unsulfured raisins, you are getting the whole, uncorrupted plant profile. Your body recognizes natural food instantly. It knows exactly how to dismantle it. It knows exactly how to use it. It struggles deeply to process synthetic supermarket additives. Your liver treats sulfur dioxide like a low-grade poison. That sudden wave of nausea you sometimes feel after eating highly processed snacks, that is exactly the reason. Your liver is sending a distress signal to your brain. You might wonder why you cannot simply eat a handful of raisins. You certainly can, but eating them gives you a heavy, massive hit of fruit sugar and dense, tough fiber to digest. Soaking them in warm water gently pulls out those natural rust removers without the heavy metabolic baggage. The water acts as a fast, deeply soothing carrier. It delivers these compounds directly to your digestive tract without spiking your blood sugar levels. Think about how your stomach actually works. When you eat solid dried fruit, your stomach has to produce strong, burning acid.
It has to churn aggressively to break down the tough, leathery outer skin. It has to mechanically separate the nutrients from the solid mass. This takes hours of hard, exhausting work. The sugar enters your bloodstream in a massive, concentrated wave. Your pancreas has to immediately pump out insulin to manage that sudden sugar spike. This is exhausting for a tired body. It demands massive energy resources. It diverts heavy blood flow away from your brain and down to your gut. That intense brain fog and desire to sleep immediately after eating a sweet snack, that is exactly the reason. Your body is shutting down non-essential functions to deal with the sugar emergency. Soaking changes the physical mechanism entirely. It extracts the beneficial compounds and leaves the heavy work behind. The solid sugar remains largely trapped inside the flesh of the fruit. The beneficial rust removers infuse the liquid. This gives you the medicinal benefits of the grape without the metabolic sugar crash. It is a highly efficient delivery system. It works with your body, not against it. It is gentle on your overworked pancreas. It is deeply soothing to your inflamed gut lining. By separating the beneficial compounds from the dense fiber, you create a liquid extract that requires absolutely zero digestive effort. Your stomach does not have to produce excess acid. Your intestines do not have to work overtime. The nutrients simply glide effortlessly into your bloodstream. They head straight for the liver through the portal vein. They get to work immediately. This is the profound difference between eating food for mere calories and using food as targeted biological medicine. This brings us to the temperature mistake. This is the single biggest reason people try this routine and see absolutely no results whatsoever. Heat kills delicate plant nutrients instantly. Think of a fresh, crisp green vegetable. If you drop it into violently boiling water and leave it for an hour, it turns to gray, lifeless mush. It loses all its vital vitamins into the steam. The exact same biological principle applies here. If you drop your natural dark raisins into a pot of rapidly boiling water on the stove, you are completely destroying the remedy. The extreme heat instantly breaks down the fragile plant compounds. You are no longer making a powerful liver tonic. You are just making hot, entirely useless sugar water. You destroy the very compounds that are meant to support your liver and clear out the biological rust. The water must be warm, never boiling. It must be a gentle, coaxing extraction, not a harsh cooking process. You want to draw the nutrients out of the fruit naturally, not blast them into oblivion.
Precision matters immensely when you are using food as a biological tool. A slight change in temperature marks the absolute difference between a powerful daily tonic and a useless drink. Treat the ingredients with immense respect. Let the water cool down slightly before introducing the fruit. We want a slow, steady infusion. We want the warm water to gently open the microscopic pores of the dried fruit skin. We want it to draw out the rust removers naturally over many hours. If you see thick, heavy steam billowing rapidly from the cup, the water is entirely too hot. Wait a few more minutes. Patience is a vital, non-negotiable ingredient in any traditional remedy. Rushing the process guarantees failure. We must also talk about the water itself. You cannot use standard tap water for this extraction. Standard tap water is treated with heavy chlorine to kill bacteria in the pipes. It often contains fluoride. It contains trace amounts of heavy metals from old city plumbing. If you use tap water, your liver has to filter out the chlorine before it can even begin to use the nutrients from the raisins. You are forcing your engine room to work backwards. You must use high-quality filtered water or natural spring water. The carrier liquid must be as clean as the fruit itself. This ensures zero interference. It ensures maximum absorption. Before I give you the exact step-by-step details of the golden protocol, you need a catalyst. Raisin water on its own is very good, but you can make it highly effective with one simple, incredibly cheap addition: fresh lemon juice. The natural citric acid in the lemon acts exactly like a biological key. Your cells are like a large house with locked doors. The nutrients in the raisin water are standing on the front porch. They are ready to enter, but they need a key to get inside. The fresh lemon juice provides that exact key. It unlocks the plant compounds in the raisin water. This makes it incredibly easy for your body to absorb them instantly. It increases the bioavailability of the nutrients tenfold. Furthermore, lemon itself is a well-known, powerful trigger for the liver. It stimulates the immediate production of bile. Bile is the thick, greenish fluid your liver uses to carry away bound toxins. It acts exactly like a strong washing-up liquid for your internal organs. Imagine trying to wash a greasy, heavy frying pan with just cold water. The grease just smears around the pan. It sticks stubbornly to the edges. Bile breaks down the internal fat and grease so the waste can be washed away easily into the bowel. By combining the gentle flush of the raisin water with the activating power of the lemon, you create a perfect biological synergy. It transforms a simple soak into a highly targeted precision tool. Do not skip this crucial step. It is the absolute secret to maximum absorption.
Many people drink expensive herbal teas and complex infusions, but absorb very little of the actual nutrients. The liquid passes straight through the body and into the toilet. The citric acid prevents this massive waste. It prepares your delicate stomach lining to receive the compounds. It guides them safely into the bloodstream. It is a tiny addition that produces a massive physical difference. It changes the pH of the water just enough to make the nutrients instantly recognizable to your cellular receptors. The lemon peel also contains a compound called D-limene. This specific compound actively helps the liver produce more detoxifying enzymes. Have you ever tried drinking warm lemon water by itself in the mornings? Drop a comment below and let me know how it made your stomach feel. We are taking that basic concept and upgrading it massively. So, here is your golden protocol. Grab a pen because the specific details matter immensely. First, take a small handful of dark, natural, unsulfured raisins. Give them a very good wash in cold water to clear off any dust. Next, boil a cup of clean filtered water, but take it off the heat and let it sit for exactly 5 minutes to cool slightly. This is the absolute secret. Drop your washed raisins into this warm water. Cover the glass with a small plate. Leave it to soak for 12 to 24 hours until the water turns a lovely, rich amber color. Finally, right before you drink it, squeeze in exactly 3 drops of fresh lemon juice.
Let us break down exactly why each of these specific steps is absolutely non-negotiable. When you wash the raisins, you're not just being tidy. Dried fruit often sits in large, open industrial bins during processing and transport. It collects microscopic field dust. It collects agricultural pollen. It sometimes collects tiny traces of soil and fungal spores. You do not want to drink a dirty soil infusion. Use a fine metal sieve. Run cold tap water over them. Rub them gently with your thumbs for 30 seconds. This removes the surface debris completely. It prepares the skin for extraction. The cooling step ensures the absolute survival of the fragile nutrients. 5 minutes is the perfect tested cooling window. It brings the water down from a destructive rolling boil to a perfect extraction temperature. Always use a glass jar or a heavy ceramic mug for your soak. Never use plastic. Even expensive BPA-free plastic is a terrible idea. When you pour warm water into any plastic container, microscopic chemical compounds leach out of the plastic and directly into your water. These are called phthalates. These microplastics are known endocrine disruptors. They can fuse your hormones. They mimic estrogen in your body. Worse, they go straight to your liver.
They add to the exact toxic burden we are desperately trying to clear. Glass is completely inert. It holds the warm water safely without adding any synthetic chemicals to your remedy. Covering the glass with a small plate traps the gentle heat inside. It creates a microclimate for extraction. It also prevents any airborne household dust or pet dander from settling on your tonic overnight. The long soaking time guarantees a complete, deep extraction. If you only soak them for an hour or two, you are completely wasting your time. The water needs many hours to penetrate the tough, leathery skin of the dried fruit. It has to reach the dense core. Overnight is the most practical and effective method. Prepare it right after your evening meal. Set it on the kitchen counter. It will be perfectly ready for you when you wake up. Regarding the lemon, do not ever use bottled lemon juice. Bottled juice is heavily pasteurized. It is heated to extreme temperatures to extend its shelf life in the supermarket for months. This intense heat destroys the live enzymes we desperately need to activate the raisin water. The vitamin C is completely oxidized. You must use a fresh, raw lemon. Before you cut it, roll the lemon firmly on your kitchen counter under the heavy palm of your hand. Press down hard. You will feel the tiny internal membranes inside the fruit popping. This releases the maximum amount of fresh juice and essential oils from the rind. Cut the lemon and squeeze exactly 3 drops into your amber liquid. Stir it very gently with a metal spoon. Try this simple physical test to know you have done it perfectly. Pinch one of the soaked raisins between your fingers before you drink the water. It should feel completely plump. It should feel almost ready to burst under slight pressure. It will look like it has reverted back into a fresh, juicy grape. All the deep, harsh wrinkles will be entirely gone. The water itself should be entirely clear. There should be absolutely no cloudiness. If it is cloudy, bacteria has entered the water. Throw it away. It should be heavily amber tinted. It should look a bit like a light, clear whiskey. This visual cue tells you the extraction was a complete biological success. The plant compounds have successfully migrated from the solid fruit into the liquid carrier. Drink the water slowly. Do not tip your head back and rush it down your throat. Let it coat your mouth. Let it settle calmly into your stomach. You must drink it first thing in the morning on a completely empty stomach for the best absorption. Wait at least 20 minutes before eating your breakfast. This 20-minute window is absolutely crucial. When you drink this on an empty stomach, there is no other heavy food competing for absorption. Your gastric emptying time is incredibly fast. The liver receives the tonic immediately. It begins its daily cleansing routine before you even eat your first meal. It flushes out the stagnant bile from the night before. This sets a foundation of clean energy that lasts well into the evening. And yes, you can absolutely chew the plump raisins afterwards. They will have lost much of their intense, cloying sweetness. The heavy sugar has mellowed out into the water. They still contain excellent, softened, insoluble fiber. This soft fiber will further assist your digestive tract. It acts like a gentle sweeping brush for your lower intestines. It pushes old, stagnant waste matter towards the exit. It feeds the good bacteria in your colon.
Do not ruin your clean engine by immediately eating a heavy, sugary pastry for breakfast 20 minutes later. Do not flood your system with refined carbohydrates. Break your fast with something simple and highly nutritious. 2 scrambled eggs cooked in grass-fed butter, a bowl of warm porridge with flax seeds, a piece of clean wild-caught fish. Give your liver the solid amino acids and complex carbohydrates it needs to build new, healthy cells. Your liver regenerates itself constantly. It needs high-quality protein to do this. This small morning ritual sets the tone for your entire digestive system for the rest of the day. It is a calming, restorative practice that yields massive physical dividends over time. What happens when you actually start doing this every single morning? The physical changes are subtle at first, then deeply profound. On day 1 and 2, you might simply notice that you are visiting the bathroom much more regularly. Your digestion will feel a bit smoother. You will feel significantly less bloated after your meals. Your stomach will feel flatter. This is the water binding to accumulated waste in your lower intestine and sweeping it out. You are losing stagnant water weight. By day 4 or 5, you will notice a distinct, undeniable shift in your daily energy. That heavy, sluggish feeling that usually hits you at 2 o'clock in the afternoon will start to fade away. You will not feel desperate for a strong cup of coffee just to keep your eyes open at your desk. That sudden crash in energy after lunch, that is exactly the reason. Your liver is finally catching up on its massive backlog of work. It is processing your food efficiently instead of storing it as fat. By week 2, the systemic full-body benefits really begin to show. Your morning stiffness will noticeably reduce. You will step out of bed and your ankles and knees will feel lubricated. The deep ache in your lower back will subside. Your skin will lose that dull, gray, tired cast. Your eyes will look brighter and clearer. The whites of your eyes will lose that slight yellowish tint. This is the visible, undeniable result of a clean engine room. Your body is incredibly resilient, even if you have neglected it for decades. Even if you have fed it junk food and alcohol, it is always waiting to recover. When you stop overloading it with harsh chemicals and start providing gentle, natural support, it responds beautifully. It wants to heal. Support your body's main filter with this simple, ancient, traditional knowledge. You will feel much more vigorous. Your joints will feel looser. Your mind will feel sharper. Your digestion will smooth out entirely. You will stop feeling like you are dragging yourself through the day with heavy weights attached to your ankles. Stay incredibly consistent. Consistency is far more important than intensity. Look after your engine room and your natural, youthful energy will return. Small, intelligent habits build lasting health. You do not need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You do not need to buy expensive, complicated detox kits that promise miracles. You just need to start making better, smarter choices with the simple resources you already have sitting in your kitchen cupboards. Respect your body. Give it the right tools. It will reward you with decades of brilliant vitality. This information is educational. Do not change your doctor's treatment based on an internet video. Always use common sense with your biology. If this topic interested you, you will absolutely love this one too. Warm water with Himalayan salt. Why I start my day with soul water. Take excellent care of your health, and I will see you very soon.